Mr. President, I thank you for convening this meeting. I also thank ASG Jenka for his briefing, and we listened attentively to Mr. Eli David as he shared his personal account concerning the fate of his brother who remains in captivity in Gaza. His brother should never have stayed in captivity if the ceasefire in Gaza was not abruptly breached by the Israeli occupying power. Let us be clear. Algeria does not stand idle before the suffering of humankind. Wherever pain works, our conscience works with it. For us, the call of humanity is not a choice. It is a sacred duty. Every human being, regardless of gender, color, creed, or border, civilians and soldiers alike, as Mr. Eviatar David, deserve to be treated humanly and to live with dignity. We do not weigh lives on scales of interest. There are no double standards in our moral compass. What we ask for the Palestinian people, we ask for all people. And Algeria holds the right to food as sacred. It's not a privilege, it is a right enshrined in Article 25 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The right of everyone to an adequate standard of living, a right to food, a right to dignity, a right to life. We have long warned of the catastrophe in Gaza. We have echoed repeatedly the plights of a Palestinian starving people. We have joined the calls made by nearly every voice on earth, except a few. And today, this meeting is called by the Israeli occupying power, who blatantly denied the famine in Gaza. The same occupying power that cut off food, water, electricity, and medicine in Gaza. The same power that on July 29th was condemned by United Nations experts. They said it plainly, and I quote, "Israel's acts in Gaza are barbaric. Government officials may be committing crime under the Rome statutes, extermination by starvation." End of quote. These are not our words. These are the findings of international experts. Mr. President, what has been allowed very recently into Gaza as humanitarian relief is a drop in the ocean of need. Airdrops are not the solution. You cannot feed people from the sky while allowing the ceiling of the land under them. The Israeli occupying power must open all crossing, all roads, all lifelines. This is not a request. Let me be clear. Humanitarian access is a legal obligation under the Geneva Conventions. It's not a favor. It is not negotiable. It cannot be used as a bargaining chips in exchange for those held in captivity. The IPC has spoken. The worst-case scenario is unfolding in Gaza. Famine thresholds have been crossed. Malnutrition is rampant among all people in Gaza, including, unfortunately, including those in captivity. The reality long denied by the Israeli occupying power has never been a secret to anyone. It was known. It was felt. It was lived daily by the people of Gaza. Today, the image that shocked some should surprise no one. Food insecurity grips every household. Hunger is not an exception. It is the rule. The truth, long suppressed, is now visible in all who choose to see, not to shrug off. According to some sources, as of yesterday, credible sources, 180 people have died from starvation. Among them, 93 children. This is real. This is undeniable. They were lives, not statistics. They had dreams. They had names. Names? Zainab Abu Halib, a baby who died from malnutrition. Misk al-Medhoum, a child suffering from malnutrition. Razan Abu Zahar, who died of hunger. Mr. President, more than 61,000 Palestinians have already been killed. Since the month of March, more than 1,500 were killed while seeking food, and over 100,000, 150,000 were injured. What we are witnessing is not erratic. It is methodical. Call it what it is: genocide. genocide, as described by Israeli voices, by David Grossman, by Guy Chalet, and others, as seen by humanitarian on the ground, as felt by the whole world. And still some denied it. No ignorance can excuse it. No silence can justify it. Future generations will ask, where were you? Where were you when Gaza was starving? In the Security Council? Where were you when children died searching for food, for bread? In the Security Council? Where were you when an entire people was crushed in the name of security? And history will record those who so often lectured us on the right to self-defense. Those who denied the crime were complicit. Those who stayed silent were witnesses of shame. Mr. President, injustice must never be normalized. It cannot become the new ordinary. That's why we call firmly and repeatedly for a ceasefire, to save lives, to save hopes, to save dreams not yet dreamed. It's why we call for an immediate, unconditional, and permanent ceasefire. I thank you.